Back in Rochelle now as we jump back to the weather. Finally, some relief in sight here, something to look forward to?
In sight is going to be
the words there.
It's not tomorrow, not so much on Thursday,
right,
but we're looking toward Friday. It's going to be short-lived, and then we're going to go back to normal, what you'd expect us to feel like late June going into July, which is warm. Some people would call it hot, but it's not the last 3 days hot. Let's talk about what we felt this morning. We've been saying, overnight, we're not going to feel much in the way of relief. This morning, BWI Marshall got down to 78 degrees. Now that is warmer than the previous warmest low temperature for June 24th, which was 76, set 15 years ago in 2010. Outside right now, it feels like still 100 degrees at the Inner Harbor. It feels like 88 in Aberdeen. It feels like 94 right now in Easton, 94 also. It feels like temperature in Westminster, and it feels like 85 currently in Mount Airy. First alert radar sweeping quiet for now. 24 hours from now, we may have a bit more in the way of what's going on first alert radar, but it's a quiet evening, just warm, just humid once again. Tonight, we're down to the low to mid 80s across Baltimore City. We're looking at mainly clear skies, so the temperatures will cool, but it's a slow process. Once again, we're waking up in the low 80s, but it'll feel warmer than that as we're starting the day because we will consistently have these high levels of humidity. That's not wavering. Daytime highs, overnight lows, those change, but the humidity is staying pretty constant. Now, high temperatures for tomorrow may be a degree or two cooler versus what we had the last couple of days, but we're still talking about mid to upper 90s and feeling even warmer than that. We do have a code orange air quality alert in place for your Wednesday. Cecil County, parts of Harford County, as well as Baltimore County and all of Anne Arundel County. So sensitive groups, prepare ahead for your Wednesday if you do have plans to get outdoors and even indoors as well. Level 1 out of 5 risk for strong to severe storms on your Wednesday. So a few storms could become severe. Not every storm will, and overall it looks like a generally low chance for storms as we go through the day on Wednesday as well. But it's a non-zero chance. Now, Wednesday as well, our last alert day for the heat, feels like temperatures getting into the low 100s early in the morning. Again, very similar to today and on Monday. Once we get above those triple digit heat index values, we'll stay that way through much of the daytime hours and even into the early evening. After the sun sets, we could still have those very high values of feels like temperatures. By Thursday, another risk for some strong to severe storms. Once again, damaging winds is going to be the greatest threat with any of those storms. High temperatures, however, pulling away from 100 degrees. It's still hot. It's still the end of June. Temperatures in the low to mid 90s, but we're not so much talking about that triple digit or near triple digit air temperature with very high levels of humidity on top of that. Let's take a look at that Friday forecast really quickly. That's what folks are looking forward to. Mid 70s to mid 80s, still a bit on the humid side, and we'll continue to watch chances for scattered storms. You're seeing storm icons the next 7 days going into the beginning of July, but they're scattered or even confined to one part of the day, mainly the afternoon. So definitely looking and eventually feeling a lot more like normal. Alex?
Rochelle, thank you.